Let's get one thing straight. You didn't choose to be this way. You didn't ask to walk into rooms and feel tension before anyone speaks. Didn't ask to predict breakups, deaths, betrayals, months before they hit. But here you are. INFJ, you are half oracle and half empath. A walking paradox who sees the future and feels everything in the present. The truth? You've always known. You've known things you couldn't prove. Sensed things no one else could see. Felt things no one was brave enough to admit. They called you paranoid, overdramatic, overthinking. But what they really meant was, you see too much and it makes me uncomfortable. You read the emotional subtext behind the words. You translate people's energy, not just their tone. You decode dreams, silences, songs, symbols, while everyone else is still stuck on surface. And yet, with all this brilliance, you still doubt yourself, don't you? Because no one ever taught you how to trust that sixth sense. No one ever gave you language for your psychic radar. They only gave you shame for being weird, for being you. But tonight, we're not hiding that shit. We're not playing small. This is a confessional, a reclamation, a damn resurrection. So light a candle, close the door. This is the sacred work of self-seeing. You are not broken. And it's time to understand how it works. If you've ever felt like your intuition was a burden or a blessing or both, comment below. Let's talk about it. Subscribe if you're ready to explore what most people are too scared to name. 1. What is introverted intuition? The INFJ's mental detective. Introverted intuition NI is not a thought. It's a download. A message delivered in flashes, dreams, gut twist, déjà vu. NI doesn't shout. It whispers. In symbols. In vibes. In mirror shards that you instinctively assemble into meaning. And for INFJs, it's the core processor. The mental detective running in the background, scanning, searching, linking everything. It doesn't look like logic, but it feels truer than logic ever could. Tell me, my NFJ friend, what's something you knew long before it happened and couldn't explain? I want to hear your thoughts on the comments. 2. Pattern recognition superpower. You don't just see patterns, you live them. You walk through conversations like you're reading code. Behavioral loops, emotional fingerprints. You sense cycles, family, personal, collective. And here's the kicker. You often see the pattern before the person living it even knows it exists. It's beautiful, and it's damn lonely, because you see people's blind spots, their shadows. They lie to themselves. And you carry that knowledge like a priest in a confessional with compassion but never release. Tell me now, when have you seen a pattern in someone that they refuse to admit? 3. The aha moments explained. INFJ insights don't come on command. They come in the shower, in a dream, mid-sentence, or 2 weeks later on a walk. It's nonlinear or spiritual, like a divine download slapped into your brain at midnight. That's because NI works below the surface, gathering fragments, linking them, until suddenly, click. And it feels like remembering something you never learned, but you can't force it. Only listen for it. 4. NI overload, when your brain won't shut off. Now the shadow side. When NI is overclocked, it's mental hell. You replay conversations, analyze everything. See 10 outcomes for every scenario, and none of them feel safe. This is INFJ overdrive. Intuition becomes anxiety. Insight becomes paranoia. You can't unsee the possibilities. You can't unknow what your gut screamed at you and sleep? You lay there building timelines in your head while the world rests. I'm curious now, how do you know when your intuition has tipped into overthinking? 5. Layered communication. Why INFJs speak in code. You rarely say exactly what you mean. Not because you're hiding, because you're speaking on several layers at once. A joke is also a truth. A compliment is also a test. A silence is also a scream. You speak metaphor fluently. And it pisses people off who want things simple, but you're not trying to be mysterious. It's just, that's how you think. Multidimensional, symbolic, intuitive. What's something you said that no one understood because they only heard the top layer? 6. NIFE synergy, the empathy intuition powerhouse. Now here's where you get real dangerous in the best way. When your NI meets your FE, you can read a damn soul in under 60 seconds. Not just what they're doing, but why, what's motivating them, what they're ashamed of, what they need. It's like being part empath, part psychic, and that makes you a healer, a coach, a mirror people didn't know they needed. But it also drains the hell out of you because people unconsciously dump into you. And if you don't protect your boundaries, you're toast. Who in your life has leaned on your emotional insight more than they realized? 7. Creative alchemy, how INFJs remix reality. INFJ creativity isn't cute, it's alchemy. You turn inner chaos into beauty. You turn pain into poetry. You connect dots that weren't supposed to touch and birth something divine. You feel the emotional core of a story before you even write it. You build worlds where symbols live and meanings speak. That's NI at play, bridging the invisible with the visible, remixing ideas from different dimensions into something utterly original. Prompt: what's the most out-of-nowhere idea you ever had that later proved brilliant? 8. The timing problem, living ahead of the curve. And finally, let's talk about time. INFJs don't just live in the now. You live in what's coming. You feel the ending of relationships before they break. You outgrow jobs, friendships, ideologies before it's socially acceptable to let go, and that sucks. Because you're always early. Always the one with the gut feeling no one's ready for. But it's not your fault. It's the burden of vision. You live tomorrow while carrying today. So here you are. Seeing what others don't, feeling what others won't. You didn't ask for this power, but you damn sure can own it now. You are not a fraud. You are not broken. You are not too much. You are an INFJ wired for depth, built for insight, designed to move through this world like a quiet storm of understanding. Now go use it. Write the story. Speak the truth. Trust your gut. You were born to know. Comment below. How has your intuition shaped your life, for better or worse? Subscribe. Because your soul deserves this kind of language every damn week.